Now I'd like to take a closer look and show you how past resistance becomes future support in an uptrend. One of the very first things a trader has to do is they have to identify trend direction. And so what we see here is we saw that the bulls were clearly in control, making higher highs and higher lows. And as the saying goes, the trend is your friend until it bends. The bears took over and they started to make lower lows and lower highs until the trend broke. And then the market starts to make higher highs and higher lows, which is a sign that the bulls are in control. So what we want to do is we want to come in and we want to find a level of past resistance right here, because here's the new uptrend. We want to find a level of past resistance to become future support. And so here we are watching the market, and here the market starts to gravitate back towards that past level of resistance to become future support. Now, when it comes back down to this past level of resistance to become future support, the market creates a bullish candlestick formation. And that's why it's very critical that you understand and learn your 5 bullish candlestick formations and your 5 bearish candlestick formations. Because now at past resistance to become future support, a morning star appears on the north side of this line. Past resistance become future support. So this would be a great place to get in the market. It would have small risk because you'd put your protective stop loss order just a little on the south side of this, and then this becomes your entry right here. Now, what a trader is expecting this market to do is to rally and take out this high and make a higher high and then pull back to this level of past resistance to become future support. So let's see what happens. Here the market comes and gaps up. Obviously, this was a Friday at the close of the market, and then Sunday when the market opened up, it literally gapped up. This is what's called gapped up. And so now we need to identify past resistance right here, past resistance to become future support. And what we'd be expecting is this market to pull back down or at least form a bullish candlestick formation on the north side of that trend line. And so here the market comes down, kind of consolidates, and then moves up. See, now here it made a higher high, and so this level right here becomes past resistance right here to become future support. See, it's this line right here, this past resistance. And so what we would look for is we would look for a bullish candlestick formation to form on the north side of that line. Now here we go. Sometimes the market will come through and penetrate it, which is okay because it is still above what's called the uptrend line. Here's the new uptrend line. And so we have a new uptrend line right here, and the market is above that uptrend line. Now you can see there's a little bit of past resistance to become future support right there. I mean, I literally could move this back down to here, but somewhere in here I need to be looking for a bullish candlestick formation. That would be my next entry. And here we have an engulfing bullish candle that engulfs the previous 2 candles. Great entry, nice tight protective stop, and this market kind of goes a little sideways, gives us another engulfing bullish candle right there. This then becomes the high right here. This is the high right here that the bulls are going to go after, and they're going to try to take that high out. If the bulls take that high out, they'll make a new high, which would keep this trend in place of making higher highs and higher lows, and then they will more than likely pull back, just like you see it here. It's kind of going sideways, and there we made a new high, which means right about here we should be looking for the market to pull back, give us a bullish candlestick formation of some sort. And now remember, we've got these highs right down here too, so it could penetrate this past high to become future support. We're just looking for a bullish candlestick formation to get us to go north here, And here we got us a nice little piercing line that's starting to form. And here we have a morning star testing this low. And here we got the market taking off. And this becomes the new high that these bulls are trying to take control over right here. And so now that the bulls have clearly taken control of this market and made a new high, you can see that this right here was in alignment with right here with getting this to expand a little bit. See, literally came down to this trend line, hit it, and then took off north. Now, being a trader and in the market like we are here, we're going to wait for this market to come back down to past resistance to become future support. Now, in this case, it didn't. It did not pull all the way back here, and it came and made a new high. Now that it made a new high, we're going to come in and we're going to draw a nice horizontal line right here, and we're going to look for this market right here to create a morning star, a bullish candlestick formation of some sort right here at past resistance to become future support. And here the market creates a nice, beautiful engulfing bullish candle, and which is a sign that this market is still in an uptrend, going down, comes down, tests that candlestick formation, forms another engulfing bullish candle right at past resistance to become future support, and then kind of goes sideways a little bit, dips a little bit, creates a nice morning star right here, and then takes off and makes a new high coming up here, gravitating, going sideways. Here this market's staying a little sideways, and then it starts to, after going sideways, takes off and makes a new high. Now that it made this new high right here, we are going to take and draw a horizontal line right above these highs right here, and this becomes the level where past resistance will become future support for the next move. Now, here it is, the market comes down, bounces off of past resistance to become future support, and keeps on rallying. Now, this trend will more than likely keep on going until it finally bends and breaks this trend line. But see, right now we're above this trend line, so this past resistance will become its next future support. And so one of the skills you as a trader need to learn is you need to be able to identify past levels of resistance, which can turn into future levels of support, and know your candlestick formations. Now let's look at it in a downtrend. Now let's discuss how past support becomes future resistance in a downtrend, and how a trader would take advantage of past support becoming future resistance. As the saying goes, once again, the trend is your friend until it bends. Here we can see that the bulls were making higher highs and higher lows until it bent. It's at the backside of that trend that a nice evening star appeared, which was a great signal to get in to short the market. And now you can see the market is waving down, making lower lows and lower highs. So what we want to do here is we want to come in and we want to find a past level of support. A past level of support to become future resistance. So we're going to tighten this up a little bit, and you can just see right here, it's almost like a pivot point line, but here's the past level of support to become future resistance. Now, what does this mean? This means that the trader that's watching this retrace should be expecting a bounce right here at this past level of support to become future resistance. So a trader would be looking to short the market near this past level of support or at this line to become future resistance, and take advantage of perhaps a bearish candlestick formation. So I'm going to bring these charts a little closer in line so you can see them. And so here we see the market pulling back slowly. Now here it comes right to past support becoming future resistance. And what a trader is waiting for is waiting for this market to give them a bearish signal to perhaps enter the market. And here the market creates somewhat of a bearish shooting star. And now with this bearish candle appearing, this is considered an evening star right here. So here you'd want to short the market right here at past support to become future resistance and take advantage of the next move. And see here the market bounces it off that. You can see it came up and tested it a little bit and then came down and bounced off of it. You've got to remember that these levels of past support to become future resistance or future resistance to become future support, the market tests them many times. So here we had the evening star, bearish shooting star, followed by another test with a dark cloud cover right here, and then the nice fall. So here we have now past resistance to become future support. Here the market is gravitating back towards this. We want to see if this is where the market is going to give us a bearish candlestick formation, and we almost have a secondary line right here that we could bring in of past resistance becoming past support becoming future resistance. And there, right there, you see it literally bounced off of there. That would be a great place to enter the market, to short this market. And so here the market starts to fall once again, comes back down, begins to fall, making lower lows and lower highs. And so here we are with these past levels of support becoming future resistance. See, here would be a great place to find a evening star right there. That's a great signal to short this market. Look at how the market starts to come up, test it again with a nice engulfing bearish candle, going a little sideways, but then comes down. Now, as it comes down, making a lower low and lower high, what ends up happening is we now have past levels of support right in here to become future resistance. Now, you can see that in this past level of support to become future resistance, and I even could move this down just a little bit more like that, you can see it bounced right here. But then it came back a little deeper. So we'd be looking to short a bearish candlestick formation in between these two levels or right up against this level of past resistance to become future support, because we're expecting this market to make lower lows and lower highs, and here it is choosing to go a little bit sideways and then comes right back up to this resistance. Here we would look to short the market, a bearish candlestick formation. This is an evening star. Decision, indecision, 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 decision. And this market from that evening star should begin to fall, because that evening star is a bearish candlestick formation. And you can start to see that this market is really starting to fall. And so now here then becomes one level of past support to become future resistance. So right here at this level, we'd be looking to wait for a bearish candlestick formation to appear, and if it appears, then we would get involved. See, now no candlestick formation appeared, and so we probably would want to come in and draw a secondary past support to become future resistance. Okay, right here. And I'm going to move that down just right there. See, past resistance become future support. And here the market gives us a engulfing bearish candle, which is a signal to go short. And here the market comes up, looks at to test it again with an evening star. This is an evening star. Test that again and then falls, making a new lower low and lower high. And you can really kind of see how these past levels of support become future resistance. And look at how, as this market falls, this is the newest level right here of past support to become future resistance. So right there, we would be looking for this market to create a level of past resistance right? I mean, past support to become future resistance. So look at how the market just bounced right off of there. And so past support to become future resistance and past resistance to become future support plays a very important part in helping a trader learn how to take advantage of the market. You can see it took advantage right here again. Here at past support created a nice level of future resistance right here with a beautiful evening star, and this market began and continued to fall.